Hello and welcome back to abbvie Trader. In this video, I will go through 6 stocks that were requested by my viewers and subscribers, and I will go to palantir first, PLTR. All right, so I'm gonna go a little bit deep dive so we can see more of the level. And if you just new to technical analysis, I recommend you to check some of my video for beginner that I show how you chart and predict stocks. All right, so now let's work on palantir. So all right, now what do we have here? So since late April until now, the stock was moving within the orange channel with some broke out and then came back, broke down, and then recently broke out here and down here. And now what did we see this week was when it broke down, it came inside the channel and then broke down again. This almost like a coming back to test and then breaking down. You can see that I think I did video on this stock about, I would say November 6th or November 6th of November 5th. It was either this one or this one, right? Or 7, something like that. Where I say it was right here, touching the support, the green line. I expected to bounce back to the red line, which was the resistance. And you can see the target 189. Even though it was Monday when it came up all the way here to 194, 195. All right, and people thought, and then the next day it stayed in a little bit above 189. So people think that it will be clear. But then, the last 3 days, it broke below. And my target was that it will come up here, right? Hit it, and then pull back. All right. And my target was this support line here, the blue line, where it crossed a lot of pivot point and there's a support here. All right, and so is 157. Looked like it came down to 164 before it came up again today and closed right below the support line at 174. All right, so what's next? Okay, so now, in a way, these red, green, and blue line are still in play. We can see it's oversold a little bit. Short term, but long term, you can see it's still very overbought. We switch back to weekly. Okay, so what we see here is we got last week a big red candle, and then followed by another smaller candle, which is actually lower than this. So which means we might have another low, okay, but we might have, let's say Monday might be low and then it's bounce back, and then it will create it will coming back to, let's say, 185, or the whole week it will create like a bullish engulfing candle, right? We will see similar to like this, you can see, right? Or even, oh, okay, so this is what I'm talking about here. We got a green candle of the week, we got bigger red right here, right? And then it's followed by a smaller red. You see this? Similar to this, right? So what followed by after that is might coming up a little bit and then pull back. But then you can see this candle, it started here lower, but it ended way up here, taking the engulfing this red candle, which is bullish, and then you can see after that. So right now for palantir, next week we might even go lower a little bit. We don't know, but it seems that we might even going to hit this target, or let's say 162 actually. So between 162 and 157. Okay, but let's see for now. I will say 157, and then after that we might bounce back here to 175. Okay, to test this. And now let me take this out and let me redraw the recent how you call it, the recent trend line. So we have something like that. So for the past 2 months, in a way, it looked like this. So in a way, here, maybe it already hit the support and ready to bounce. So either way, we have more chance of a bounce up. It could end up right here at 182. All right. Why did you draw it like this? Okay, maybe it's not 182, but 180. Let's say, right? Or go up like. So in a way, for really short term, it got a resistance line right here like this. So either way, what I'm seeing is more of a bounce after this, and then we might see if it's gonna come back down on. But I'm seeing this zone right here, really strong support for now. All right. So in a week or so, we may pull back a little bit more and then bounce. Or we bounce right away, come back a little bit more, and then bounce up again. But either way, you can see this high, lower high, and here probably lower high again. So the trend will start to come down, going lower. Unless there's something, let it bounce again and hit the top of this channel. Okay, so it may change the short-term direction if that happens. So either way, I'm looking for a bounce into the next week. Okay. Next we have supermicro. Well, you can see it doesn't look that good. It got a channel and it broke below, and it broke even lower than the 40 support. Today it came as low as 34, and then it's bounced a little bit closing. So if I look at this, right, so you got these pivot points right here, right here, right here, right. So in a way, this is a good support for now. The selling has been pretty bad for supermicro. So I'm seeing it to come back and bounce back at least to 39, if not around here, 43. Okay, and then after that, maybe it will pull back, or it will come up and hit this hit 48 as a resistance. Okay, but either way, we can see the trend is clearly down. Let me switch to weekly. You can see, right, this the big red candle followed by the smaller candle, right, which mean for the next week or two it will be around 34 to 30 to 40 area. That's what I'm thinking. So another example is something like okay, just like this big candle here, right? This is the huge candle, followed by the smaller candle, and you can see the next couple of weeks is stay within, you know, the area, unless it's bounced a little bit, but still is not, it's still within the distance. Same for example, this big candle followed by a smaller. So you see the next couple of weeks is stay within the same area. Same for here. You see that it stay within. So for this time, I also expected between 34 to maybe, I would say, probably 43. So that is where it will stay around. So I'm thinking it might coming back to test and maybe pull back after that. So this is my prediction for the next week or two. All right, next we have GLD. Well, GLD, like gold, you can see it rally a lot, pull back, bounce, and then pulling back. But you see this? high, lower high. Basically, this is the low. Well, where the next low? If it doesn't do much more, then we can see that it will test this 361. Because most likely I see it maybe coming down to 358 here to test this, to close this gap. Or even come lower to 347 to close this gap. Okay. So I expect due to overbought condition, I go back. You can see, right? Same thing with this one, big red candle followed by a smaller candle. You can see it stay within the area after a couple weeks. So same idea. Okay. So I would say most likely it will come down to here and then bounce up again. All right. So that if we draw a trend line here, why I put the arrow right here? Usually when it come back and test, it will test the last high or somehow the previous low. So we got kind of like here, kind of the low of this candle over here under this wing. And then we'll go over here, we got the high of this candle here on this right of this what's it called, wave. And then over here we can see it's doing the same. So I can see, okay, I can pick that level as the level where most likely it will come back. And then if I draw the line, the resistance, it hit this line right away, this area right away. So now I'm pretty sure it might do this. And then after that, maybe it will do this. Okay, but that's just my guess. It looked like we might have go back in GLD and gold. $376. Okay, and you know, this might do this, or it might even back up like this, and then go down. Okay, so I'm just drawing and predicting its path. It just I find that most likely it will pull back more than it bounce, but it might happen. Okay. All right. Next we have PayPal. Okay, this is all right. During the earning, okay, I say that it was here during so I say I predicted it because it's oversold. I say maybe it will bounce to 77 or it pulled back to 64. So it actually went up to 77, but it pulled back the same day, and after that it kept going down, now past my lower target. So in a way I got both of them right. It's just the timing is not the same. Okay, so let's see what's going on. 64, I will leave it here because it's still in play. Right, so here we got this channel, broke out, came back, broke again, came back, now broke down. Okay, so where did it hit? It hit right here at the bottom of this candle, right? But it might even go lower. Where would it go? Maybe right here at 6147, 6150 to close this gap of this candle. And then it will come back as this orange line. It always does. Or can just come up right away and test 65. All right, so either way, most likely I see it even most likely it will come back even lower than a bounce. Okay, so within next week I see it coming back into all the way the middle channel, or at least hitting the orange line. Okay, next we have ABBV. So abbvie, so last time when I look at this was earning 2 weeks ago. So I say it might bounce doing because of it oversold condition, and it's right on the. But I say that it might even break lower and close this gap at 212. All right, so it went down about 218, and then the next day it's actually closed the gap, and after that it bounced back right into the middle of, the intersection of these two lines, the trend lines, and then stay right here. So basically you can see every time it break above or break below, it will come back to test the previous line. Okay, now what do we do next? All right, so for short term, a little bit overbought. Short term is still a little bit overbought. So I think more likely we have a pullback to, I think, about 223. Okay. So it might even go down and test 219 or 216. Let's put 216 because I think it might even go there this time. And after that it will come back and 225. Okay, so this is the most likely it's gonna happen, or it might come up a little bit more to 244. Okay, and then pull back to 225. So either way, we have it coming back to 225. It just, for now, it's like we have 40% of a bounce and 60% of a pullback. Let me see over here. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I don't see much. It's just this area is still a good support, and I think most likely we might have a pullback unless it's got some good news that push market higher. So every stock will get pushed higher as well. And that's all I have this stock. All right, the last stock, TTD, the trade desk. You can see is went up a lot, right? But then it went down a lot as well. But for the past, I would say past month, it came down. Now it's like 25%. Well, you can see I actually covered this just last week. So I say I gave it the 42 lower target, because if we go over here, you can see from here, right? So it is pretty good support. Now if I all right, so if I use this as the channel trend line, short-term trend, I can see that is actually okay. So if you watch a lot of my video, I mentioned about the M or the W. So here we got a W, I mean an M. So what I say is most likely when it's complete the pattern, it will come back and test the middle. And guess what? The middle is also closer in the range with, you can see this orange line right here at 48. So right now it's hitting this support line. It might go lower. I'm not sure. It might a little bit more, but most likely it will come back and hit 49. Okay, so we have 49 as the target for the bounce. It might actually come back to 49 and then come up more before it come back down again. But at least for short term, I do see a bounce with TTD. And let me look at the number for it. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people, it's a strong sell, right? no dividend. So it's harder for people to buy. Usually if it's low, it's at least got dividend, people will buy and wait for the stock, right? But you can see how much is already sold off. If we measure from the top down, it's down 70%. If we measure from this high, it's 54%. So still down a lot, right? If you know the stock, and think the company is still doing well, I think when looking at this and look at how most likely you're gonna move in the next couple of weeks, for me, I look at it, I would buy just for the bounce back to 48, 49. And then after that, I can sell it. Okay. Or I can sell maybe a little bit, like 2/3 here. And then when it move up more, I will sell more. Or even, let's say, if it come down back down to 46, I can sell too. So either way is at least you get about 10 to 15% if that happened. So it yeah, I mean the sentiment is really low for the stock. It seems like not many people mention about this anymore. Everything negative is oversold. It seemed like the perfect candidate for a bounce, if you ask me. And after 55, guess where the next level is? Going to be at least 66, 67. And then this gap right here at 88. So if it bounces, it can bounce a lot. All right. Anyway, but just for short term, I do see a quick bounce. So thanks for watching and requesting. I will make another video on the Max 7 and the SPY QQQ as requested. So probably tomorrow or Sunday, I will work on that. So thanks for watching. Hit a like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.